not for me. Yeah, I'm a Muslim. I don't need to be with my deen. Allah knows.
Let me get a pork chop sandwich.
Yo, chill, son. Arrogance, cockiness, and the disease of addiction loves it. Who remember Devil's Advocate? Vanity is my favorite sin. Arrogance, ego, vanity, arrogance all live on the same street. Leading my ass back to what? Using. Arrogance, cockiness. Who got cocky and got knocked out like Rocky? Yeah, me too. Yeah, me too. Yeah, spiritually knocked out. Arrogance. How about competition? Who got to compete?
With everybody.
Compete. First to get dosed. First to First to eat. First to see the nurse. Competition. But it starts at home. Anybody know what I'm talking about? Who grew up like Cinderella? Yes. Who grew up invisible? Whose siblings caught all the blessings? You caught all the ass whippings. That's me. And we got to compete like hell, right? Because we haven't what? Got unresolved issues in our youth.
Ain't night, know what they said? Somebody said, oh, why is your little brother late for school? Then you get to beat. Why ain't your brother wash the dishes? You get to beat.
Competition. Compete. Hey, how many guys here had a woman jealous of you? Any men had a woman jealous of you? Yeah. How you handle that? She wasn't sad, but you could tell how she was not supportive. How many ladies in here had a man who, listen, he was jealous. He was jealous of you because, you know...
you got good credit.
Or I know a guy got jealous because he was fighting for the attention over his lady's child. Amen, hear that? Yes. And how many women here know other women, or you might be guilty of what? Putting a man before your children. That's dangerous. That's dangerous. That's dangerous. There's a guy right now that's doing life in prison, right? Who what? He killed the lady. That wasn't his child. But the child wouldn't shut up. And he went to go cry and cry the child up and wind up abusing the child and the child died. All sex ain't good sex. All coochie ain't good coochie. Anybody hear that?
Yeah.
And yeah. And you listen, I gotta learn how you gotta watch you plant seed in unfertile soil.
That's right.
Never plant seed in unfertile soil. Oh, how many welfare witches in here? How about corporate cougars? I had them all. Had them all. Competition, y'all. Competition. All right. The best competition will who? Yourself. Rob said the worst thing you can do is not tell yourself no. Anybody hear that? It's hard to say yes to everything, but to tell me what? No. Hard. Competition.
Oh, that's what we tell you too. We was in a facility and we found out that when you stop smoking cigarettes, you increase your chance of recovery by 25%. Yes, you do. Now, why?
That center in the brain.
There you go. Now, I'm practicing something here. Now, when I go out there, I'm learning, sort of like muscle memory when you lifting weights and so forth. So if I learn to stop smoking cigarettes here, I can learn to start saying no to the crack, methadone, and other stuff out there.
Abuse, 1. Addiction, 2. Anger, 3. Arrogance, 4. Competition, 5. How about critical spirit? Real critical. Real critical. It's not constructive criticism. It's real critical. Anybody like that?
Negative Nancy.
All right, come on. I see the hand right here. Come on. Critical spirit.
Yeah.
I was real critical of the staff when I came here. I just felt like my rights were being violated. And I got over it.
You got over it?
Coming here, you felt your rights was being violated?
Yeah.
Like how?
I felt like they weren't practicing what they preach.
Anybody hear that? Okay. How you gonna do?
The brochure does say there's a swimming pool here.
Oh,
you didn't get a chance to go swimming this summer. If you can find the pool, you let me know.
Oh, wait a minute, y'all. Bring it back. All right, sis. Come on.
No, the brochure says they do.
All right, bring it back. All right, sis. You good? You good, sis?
Yeah, okay.
You sure?
We'll tell you this about that, right? Because we go to different facilities and so forth, and they probably apologize for not having steak and egg in the morning time, you know. And but we have a lot of facilities. I know when I was in Ridge Avenue Shelter, guess what we had for breakfast? Peanut butter and jelly. And some of the jelly was moving. So I would use that as saying, "Dad, I'm never going to come back here again."
Right.
That's how I use that. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't really mad at staff because guess what? They didn't tell me to smoke the crack and come to them. They didn't knock on the door and say, "Hey, Robert Hayes, do you want to get in recovery?" and all that stuff. They didn't say that. I had to go to them. So what we're talking about is the spirit of being humble. Everything is not going to go your way. You understand what I'm saying? Once you start understanding that, once you deal with that first 3 steps he's talking about, honesty, open minds, willing, look at the part that we play. We got to learn to eat humble pie. You know? Because if you don't, it's going to be that arrogance. And the arrogance will prevent treatment.
Come on.
Because now I'm like, oh man, they don't have a pool here. Oh, what type of doctor are you? Oh, da, da, da. But who was the one smoking crack? I was smoking crack. And I thought it was a good idea. So all I'm saying is learn to be humble, right? What'd you say, Knight? Chew the meat, spit out the bones.
How much time you clean?
About 3 weeks.
All right.
Critical spirit. Who's defensive? Who walls is up? See your hand right here with the glasses. What's your name, sis?
Anne Marie.
Anne Marie. What's up? You defensive?
Yes.
How come?
I'm very guarded and protective of myself.
Okay.
So it makes me defensive.
Say what?
Guarded and protected.
Guarded and protected?
Yes.
From what? What are you protecting?
Ask her.
What are you protecting yourself from?
Just, I mean, the whole lifestyle you live growing up, in the drug scene, you're always getting fucked over by somebody, or you can't trust anybody.
No.
You know, it's hard. It's hard.
Okay, I understand. I understand. As sooner or later, we got to learn to pull shields down.
Yeah.
Because guess what? Most likely, we'll pull a shield down for people we shouldn't do.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? We'll pull a shield down for somebody don't mean us no good, and the people trying to help us, we keep our shields up.
I've met a lot of really good people here.
You ran into a lot of good people? That's good.
How much time you clean?
I don't even know. I got here on the 14th.
All right, let's give it to her, y'all. Defense mechanisms, all right? All because I've been rejected. I don't want to be hurt again. How about dominance? How about exaggeration? Anybody exaggerate? Who stretched truth so much it becomes fiction? Who stretched truth so much it becomes what? Fiction. Anybody like that in here? Anybody? Come on, exaggeration. Exaggeration. Nobody exaggerate. I was in a shootout.
Well, you're lying now. You're lying now.
Come on. What's your name?
Tiffany.
Tiffany, what's up? Exaggeration.
My man tells me all the time I exaggerate everything. I always think something's more extreme than what it is.
Yeah. My lady daughter, she exaggerated a lot too. Yeah, Rob exaggerate also. We coming up here from Philadelphia. He said, "Yo, we should have been in Virginia by now." Oh no, Virginia's much longer. But anyway, okay. What's your name, sis?
Me?
Yes.
Tiffany.
Okay. How much time you clean, Tiffany?
I stopped dosing 2 days ago.
Yeah.
Hey, all right. How about let's go internal. All right, this is external. This is external. Let's go one internal. Ambivalence. Ambivalence. That's a big word.
That's
right
a
there.
big word, but let's put it in layman's terms. You feel some type of way.
Ambivalence. It's hard to make a good sound decision. I'm confused. The emotional termites. Emotional termites.
Roller coaster up and down.
Should I leave or should I stay?
Uh-oh.
Should I go to work or stay broke? Anybody hear that? Should I leave him or stay with him? Should I leave her or stay with her? Should I get back with my kids or let my kids stay where they at? Ambivalence. I don't know. And I need other people's opinions and I need truth to go along with my what I'm thinking. Very important. Your hand is up. Come on, ambivalence.
I'm like that. Every my name Rock again, I'm an addict.
Peace, brother.
I'm like that every morning. Like, I mean, I said this before I wake up, I shower, I do one or two this morning, and then the thought, that addiction crossed my mind every morning. Every morning it crosses my mind, and I'll be like, oh, I can do this. Something tells me I'm gonna go on the other side of that gate, right? I'll be like, no, I can do this. And I tell myself I can do this, but up here, it's like, should I stay or should I go? I'm fighting confused thoughts. But I want my recovery so bad, so I still stay.
Very good, brother. Thank you for saying that.
Hey, Rodney, what is your anchor? You know what an anchor is?
Anchor.
You know what an anchor is? Yeah. Well, physically, like a boat keeps the boat there, right?
What-
But we're talking about a mental anchor to keep you here to get your recovery. What keeps you here?
I remember what I went through in that storm.
Oh, okay.
I actually remember, and it's like, it's sad. It's real sad. I was in places I shouldn't have been. I was, it's sad, yo. I don't even like crying and all that. I was homeless before.
Did you sleep in an abandoned house?
I did all that. I was panhandling. I went places some of these people ain't been yet. And I'm telling y'all so y'all don't have to go through it. Like, I've been through some fucked up situations, yo. And it's all due to the fact that I started off with a beer in the morning and ended up with crack at night. I ain't got no shame in my game. That's what I did. And when it rained and thundered and all that, I had no place to fucking go. That shit hurt so bad. You can't call mom and say, let me spend the night because she think I'm going to steal from her. Yeah. Yo, but I ain't going to keep telling you right. That's
That's the stuff you need to talk about.
Yeah, but I mean, you told me, before you left, you told me, in order to get a hold of your future, you gotta let go of your past.
That's right.
Oh, we gonna write that one down.
Yeah, so
That was nice.
I'm sticking to that too.
And use your past. I use my past for reference. You hear what I'm saying? If I look back in my rearview mirror, the last time I was hanging with her, I got high. Last time I hung with him, I went to jail. I use my past as reference. That's it, and that's all. Get out the past. Enjoy your present, so you can try to find how we can move for the future. Thank you for sharing that, brother. But keep talking. Never shut up. Never shut up. Ambivalence. I'm confused. I don't know what to do. Anybody feel like that? All right. In the back of that corner over there. Let's go. Charlie Angels. What's going on? Who want to speak? Come on. Yeah, come on. We don't matter.
Definitely heard.
Hey, what up?
Yeah, I do that a lot. Like, I'm very, indecisive. Like, one moment I want to do something, one moment I don't. A lot of times I have to teach myself. Like, I always used to say, oh, well, it doesn't matter. And my aunt used to tell me, like, your opinion does matter. So, like, I'm trying to work on, making my own decisions, my own choices. Because I'm,
Very good. How much time you have clean?
3 weeks and a couple days.
Okay. God bless. Listen, look, it's very important to me, right, that we learn to everybody start talking. Because we all live in what? Glass houses. So nobody should be what? Anybody hear that? Yes. But if he worrying about a cigarette, I'm worrying about getting out of here. He worrying about his woman. He worrying about his kids. He want to go AWOL. The only thing that's missing is a bag of what? Dope. Anybody hear that? Yes, because the behaviors is alive and what? Active. But the drugs is what? Missing. But it takes somebody on fire to go get some death and bring it up here. Like I heard July the 4th. Let me be quiet. Anybody know about Kirk Bride, West Philadelphia?
Yes.
Your girl got caught bringing in, some guy brought her in like 34 bags of dope. In treatment. Everybody hear that? Listen, the old man must die. What? So the new man can what? Live. The old woman must die and be buried so the new woman can what? Live. That's the spiritual warfare we all go through. Internal, external. And internal is where the what? Our Pandora box lives. How about anxiety? Anxiety. Whose mind is always running. How do we slow down this engine? How do we slow down this rat wheel? Right. How do we do it? Anxiety. Come on, your hand right here, sis.
I have horrible anxiety.
Yeah?
I think that's probably the reason why I used my whole life. It kind of would knock a lot of the anxiety out. You know, even like today, I was like, I've been a mess since I've been here, but you know, they're starting to like help medicate me a little bit. But I have ADHD, and I'm just a bouncy off the wall kind of person. You know, and it's annoying for me. I'm sure it's annoying for everybody else. But it's hard. Like I can't put a thought together. I can't. You know, there's so many things I want to do, but I can't. I project a lot too, but I can't stay in the moment. I'm always worried about things that could happen. You know, it's horrible.
Do you exercise?
I do.
You do? Even after you exercise, you still feel that way?
Yes.
Okay. Afterwards, when it's over, you still feel aloof, all over the
I
place?
just feel like a little tired, but it doesn't help my brain. It's like a beehive.
There's a lot of with it. I found them when talking to some people because they can't sit still, they can't focus. What we got to do is we got to find things to do positive with that energy, because that energy gonna go negative or it's gonna go positive.
That's the scary part about when I leave here. I have so much time during the day before I have to go to work, and that's the bad time. That's where I'm bored and I'm trying to fill the time in. So I'm like, okay, let me drink, or let me go get high and then drink, or vice versa. So I have to go to work. So that's why I'm scared when I leave, because I don't really know what I'm going to do with that time.
You have any support?
I have support, but he leaves at 7 o'clock in the morning.
They told us this: your network is your net worth. Your network. So a lot of times, my support system, it should be somebody in there that you can vent to, somebody you can hang out with. You gotta have people you can talk. You know what I mean? Because the disease of addiction really deals in isolation. So when you go against the isolation, when you start being with people, you start doing things. You know, I'm gonna say this, be quiet. They did a study with these mice. They do a lot of study with mice, right? So they had the mice in a little trap house. They had a little trap house, right? Boom. And with the little dope or whatever, right? So the little, they was just doing, nodding off and all that, right? Then they had another joint. They had a mouse wonderland. And it was all these things the mice could do. They can go on a treadmill, watch TV, do all this stuff, cheese and stuff, and they had the dope over there. Guess where the mice start going to? They start going to the mice wonderland. You understand what I'm saying? So if you have to give yourself something to do in a constructive manner, that's very important. Because boredom is what, Knight? The devil's playground.
Yes.
You got to find something to do. You got to make goals. You got to have steps. You got to preoccupy yourself, so you can combat your disease.
Okay. Right next door to you. She had her hand up. Anxiety.
I've had it for years.
What's your name?
Shannon.
Jan. What's up? What caused it?
What causes my anxiety?
Yes.
It's just natural. Just runs in my family.
Okay. How do you work on that?
I used to do yoga, meditate, read.
Does that help?
Yeah, absolutely.
Y'all hear that? Read, meditate, and yoga helps our anxiety mindset. Very good. Cause if we don't fight it, we will entertain it. How much time you have clean?
9 days.
9 days.
All right.
Bitterness. Who's bitter? Who's bitter? Speech bitter. Talk bitter. Think bitter. Anybody bitter? Because you've been rejected? Who thought you got a bad hand? God dealt you a bad hand. And become bitter on everything. Alright? Your hand is the back. Come on. We coming back here. Back in the wall back there. Come on. What's your name?
Nick.
Hey, Nick. What's up?
Yeah, I'm still bitter over my divorce like 5 years ago.
Okay.
Who played the major part in it?
What's that?
Who played that major part?
Oh, me.
Okay.
I
Huh?
messed it all up.
So you bitter at yourself, or you bitter at your wife?
Pretty much at myself.
Okay. Yeah, that's good.
Y'all still good friends?
Not at all.
Boy, what the X?
Okay. Y'all got kids?
Nope.
Okay. Alright.
Hey, Nick, let me ask you this. How long you was messing with your significant other?
We dated for about 4 years.
Whoa.
And we were married for 2.
And it blew up.
That's the problem. Don't get married.
It was
That's bitter. That's real bitter. That's hate.
I disagree with that one. How much time you got clean, Nate?
it's 11 days today.
All right, all right. Hold on, continue in the back, in the wall. Yeah, what's your name?
I'm Amber. I'm from Manhattan.
Hey, Amber.
I'm bitter at myself. I'm bitter at, kind of like everything around me. I feel like I just got dealt a bad hand. And honestly, it's just me sitting in my self-pity.
How do we come out of bitterness?
Gratitude.
Gratitude? Yes. How much time you have clean?
14 days.
Give it to her. Hey, let me say that. Who remember the Grinch that stole Christmas? I love that, right? Listen, the Grinch was a hater. The Grinch that stole Christmas, right? I love that. That's my show. Come on, every year come out with a little boy, right? But that's how God let me see the movie, see the show, right? The Grinch was a hater. And he didn't like the fact that the Yahoos was down there what? Singing and eating and shopping and living it up and having a good time and all that madness. And he wanted that. So the hater who was bitter, the Grinch, got in his little hoopty with his little sick dog. He was in a high rise and he came down in a low rise in the projects, right? And he always, and the disease of addiction always come when we what? Sleeping. And he came down there when everybody was asleep, tucked away in their beds, just waiting for what? Christmas Day. And he took the laptops and the iPhones and the hair weaves and the Jordans and the Pumas and the Nike jackets and the coats and the gift cards and all of that madness. And he put it in his little hoopty and he went back up in the projects. And he went back in to listen. He stuck his ear down. And he thought he was going to hear them what? Cussing and fussing and fighting and shooting and screaming and yelling and the ambulance and the police coming. But he heard them what? Singing. Everybody hear that?
Yeah.
Joy was what? Internal. And everything he thought he stole to steal their joy, he brought right back to them. Because joy is internal. Everybody hear that? When you lose your joy, you could get bitter.
And his heart grew.
That's right. Happiness. My bishop said this. Happiness is a place you visit. You don't live there. If a woman makes you happy, what happens when she changes her mind?
You're out of the picture.
If marriage makes you happy, what happens when you get divorced? If money makes us happy, what happens when we get broke?
Family.
Happiness is a place we visit. We don't live there. But joy is internal. I'm broke, still got joy. She left me, still got joy. Death of a loved one, still got joy. I relapsed and messed up, still got joy. DHS came and snatched my kids, still got my joy. Joy is internal. And when you have your joy, it kills bitterness. Because you know, a good day is coming. Joy comes.